How are you?
Good. How are
I'm
you?
okay. I'm
Great.
okay. Okay. I just woke up from a nice little nap,
Nice.
so I'm energized and I'm up.
Nap time is much appreciated here. I also
Mhm,
nap earlier today, so I get.
mhm.
How are you? You doing good? Hope you're doing
Yeah,
well.
I'm straight.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I guess we can just kind of get started now. We have a few more people in the chat. So if you just want to introduce yourself and kind of overview of what you do, who you are, and how you got into the music world.
Okay, well, I'm Bunny Liiu. I'm a songwriter, rapper, creative director. I'm also a music journalist. I've been rapping since I was a kid. I just recently started my journalism journey, going to different events out here in Chicago, interviewing artists. I also have I would like to call it a talk show. Everybody says it's a podcast, but it's actually a talk show.
Okay,
And it's called Who's Who with Lou, and I interviewed the Who's Who's in the Chicago area.
cool, cool, very cool. And we have some questions about the talk show later
Okay.
on. So I get into that. But yeah, you do a whole bunch of stuff. And I'll have you, you can comment your Instagram or any socials you want to tag. I'll have you tag them at the end for sure. But if you want to comment, I can pin the comment so people can go check out your account, your website, and all that good stuff. So I'll give you a second to do that. But yeah, I'm excited to have you here today. Again, you do a whole bunch of stuff, so I feel like you have a whole bunch of knowledge. I'm just gonna pin this comment real quick.
Okay.
Yes. So yes, if you want to follow or check out any of her stuff, it is in the pinned comment, your Instagram account. So yeah. Okay, so then I also kind of wanted to ask, I don't know why it's getting dark. Okay. Okay.
You good?
It, I'd have I'd have done a thumbs up and it's doing like the reaction thing. But yeah, so I wanted to kind of ask, how did you kind of come across like your brand name, your artist name? Is there a story behind that, or kind of how did you come to that decision?
Let me see. So my artist name, everybody says I look like a bunny, which is, the rabbit, my teeth, whatever. That's where my name came
Yeah.
from. As far as my TV show is concerned, I was thinking of all these different names for it. I started to call it Live with Lou or Life with Lou, something like that. But I was having a conversation with a friend, and they were like, we'll call it Who's Who with Lou, since you're interviewing the Who's Who's in Chicago, and it rhymed. So that's where that came
Yeah.
from. But basically, my name, my brand, who I am as a person, I'm cool, bubbly, personable, fun, and that's just what my name is, pretty much. I feel like it just matches my personality.
No, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like good. It's got a good vibe with it and it matches your vibe. So I feel like, that's important.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I also kind of wanted to ask, so you said you've been rapping since 14. Do you kind of have like a certain process you go through starting a new song, or you're starting to write a new song or produce it, or kind of going through your head? You're starting.
Um, for a song, I have to be inspired by whatever it is that's going on in my life. My first EP, which is Out the Rabbit Hole, and I dropped that in 2021. Basically, I was going through a lot of trials and triumphs, and trying to figure out who I was as a person. And that whole time frame of growth within myself inspired me to write my music. If I'm not inspired by something, I can't write about it. So whatever it is that's going on in my life, that's what's going on. I also feel like I don't feel like I feel like everybody has this unlimited supply of creativity that we have to tap into, and we have to center ourselves all of the time. And we also have to take the initiative to find that unstoppable well of creativity within ourselves, because we could be laying down and just feel like we need to write something. If
Right.
we continue to push ourselves to the limit, we can tap into that well of creativity and it'll just come out. So yeah, that's my process, really being inspired,
Yeah.
getting angry, even like, being sad, or just needing to express myself. That's how I write my music.
No, yeah. I feel like a lot of artists can probably also relate to that, just using music as that outlet for emotions, things like that. Yeah, that's I feel like that's a pretty good I feel like that's a pretty good process. It's just kind of coming from your experience or coming from what you're feeling instead of trying to force something out.
Yeah, because I had a lot of times where I was, going through writer's block. Like I said, I haven't dropped a project since
Right,
2021. It's
right,
2024. That's 3 years ago. And of course, I've written music since then, but I haven't went through a situation that I felt like, okay, I need to
right.
drop another project. When you constantly try to keep going and dropping, it's kind of like, okay, well, like, what you doing it for? Who you doing it for? You need to take your time, and create things that are cohesive, create things that's coming from your heart, because people know when
No,
it's not genuine.
no,
uh
no.
I, do you mind if I answer a
Yeah,
question that's right here?
question in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you get over writers? Oh, hey, hi, Kennedy. I actually know her. She's a fellow writer herself, and she really, really dope. How do you get over writer's block? Living. Don't force the writing process.
Yeah.
Um, Actually go outside, be with your friends, do what it is that you got to do. It's okay if you didn't write a song for a month, 2 months, even. Just keep living, and once you get inspired, and you hear a melody in your head, you come up with a line, you write that down, and go from there. Don't force the process though. Don't force it. If it ain't there, it's not there.
No, that's true. Yeah, I feel like especially with stuff that can come from a place that's so vulnerable, it's kind of I think I agree. You definitely can tell when stuff feels more forced versus when stuff feels like, oh, the person really took time and they kind of put their energy into it, and really focused in on the project versus just pump something out, get it out real quick, call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I was also gonna ask. I mean, you've put that project out. Has there been maybe even if it's in that project versus if it's something you've worked on recently? Is there a favorite project that you've worked on and kind of maybe what you've learned from working on that project?
So my EP Out the Rabbit Hole, that was my first and only project
Yeah.
I've ever put out. I do plan on releasing another EP in the fall, and it's titled "Hurt on My Heart." That will be my favorite
Okay.
project. So, like, Out the Rabbit Hole is that's always gonna be my love baby, but "Hurt on My Heart" is gonna give a different type of vibe, a different type of energy. I'm tapping into my R&B bag,
Oh,
and my rap R&B
yeah.
bag. I'm gonna have some singles on there. Like, it's about to be a thing for
Yeah.
real, for real. Like, and everybody's like, "Oh, you're a journalist now. You're an interviewer. She don't even rap no more."
Just wait.
Child, bad. Watch.
Okay, no, no, no. Okay, so we got
hmm
a little something to look forward to. So that's good. Okay,
hmm
coming out soon in the fall. That's not too long from now. So we have a short count.
No,
Yeah.
I'm looking for no. If not September, November, then it'll drop like winter of next year. So in order for me to, like, make sure that I got a decent rollout for it,
Oh yeah.
might be in the winter. I'm probably shooting myself in the foot by telling y'all to fall. But we gonna
Sometime this year.
sometime this year or next year, or next year.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
No, no, no.
Or next year. Okay. It's coming though, y'all. Period. It's coming.
Exactly. No, no, no. Point is, we can look forward to something new coming out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. No, no, no. That's cool. Okay. So then, being a creative director, I guess I was kind of wondering, how you approach collaboration, whether it's, I mean, even creative director, or just kind of in your music yourself. You said you might have some other singing stuff coming up with the new album. Just kind of how do you go about collaboration?
Uh, Collaboration. Let me see. So, uh, I've collaborated in a couple videos outside of my own, because I creative directed all of my music videos when I was creating them. But as far as collaboration is concerned, if somebody wants me to come on and help them put together a music video, or they want to do a feature or something like that, I'm pretty easy to reach. You can reach out, via Instagram, phone number, whatever.
Okay.
And we basically either get on the call or we link up in person. And, I get a feel of whatever it is that you want. Tell me exactly what you want. I'm the person that deals in absolutes. So tell me what it is that you want. You want a raw rap feature, or you want some girly pop music, or you want like a crazy visual, a sensual visual. You have to tell me
Right.
exactly what you want. And then I go from there. I tell you whatever it is that's in my head that'll match the vibe or whatever it is that you want. But yeah, collaboration and features, things of that nature, it's just a matter of pleasing whoever it is that you're working with because they're asking you and they're trusting you with their vision. So when I do collaborations and features, it's not about me. It's about whatever it is that the other person wants. Yeah.
Okay. No, I feel like that's a unique perspective to kind of put out there because I feel like so many times going into collaboration, or maybe the perception of going to collaboration is you're coming in with your two different kind of sides, and that's kind of you want to make a product out of that. But I think it's really cool, kind of saying like if I'm collaborating with you, depending on the project, it's kind of for if it's for you, if it's your, I like that. No, no, no.
Exactly. So usually somebody already has in mind what it is that they want. So I'm giving them what they want. If they don't know what it is that they want, I'm basically going to ask them, what type of feel are you going for? What do you want your audience to know about you, about the project, whatever it is that you're
Yeah.
doing, and then we go from there. Mm-hmm.
No, I think that's a honestly that's a good kind of maybe a rule of thumb. Put it like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Collaborations that some of the artists in the Instagram live kind of some of our viewers might find useful to take into.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'll tell y'all this. Y'all gotta take y'all ego out of it. Whatever it is, your collaboration. I know that like artists, so it's been 2 years still waiting on my feature. Oh man, gone. But yeah, if you're like an artist, um, you gotta take your ego out of it. It's not about you. I know artists have big egos and they like, well, I want it done this way, that way, whatever. It's not about you. Do your
Yeah,
job, and be a creative for sure.
no. I think that yeah, that's a good, and I think the communication aspect too of yeah, go in kind of with an idea of what you vision of what you want rather than kind of maybe like I'll say beating around the bush or kind of still trying to figure it out. I think because yeah, if you're going into a project, I feel like especially for something where there's like a visible output, having that kind of that vision of what you want it to look like, and then kind of trying to aspire to get to that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, a good kind of rule of thumb, maybe, especially
Mm-hmm.
for artists maybe starting off and not quite knowing what they want to do, kind of finding that solid idea. Um, and then, so I guess we also wanted to kind of talk about maybe can you kind of tell your story of in your Instagram you've linked creative sessions, which I don't know if you explain that, and then maybe can you tell how you got involved with them?
Also, Creative Sessions is a collective dedicated to bringing fun to the city of Chicago. We plan on expanding and doing more events, not only in Chicago, but across the United
Right.
States.
Yeah.
But basically, I have a friend. Her name is Ruby Hunt, and she's an event coordinator. And basically, she brought me on to the team of Creative Sessions. I met the creative sessions. His name is
Yeah.
Kahari, and basically, it's just it's a collective of people that do a multitude of
Yeah.
things. We got DJs, graphic designers, other event coordinators, and marketing strategists, things of that nature.
Right.
I am a part of media relations, so my job is to basically go to the events, cover the events, interview people that are there. So basically, I got brought on to do exactly what I do right now. But everybody in creative sessions in their own right has an immense amount of talent, and we're just brought together to do the events
Yeah.
and do our jobs basically, and piece together the best events possible that we can, and just execute them and continue to do it. So we recently just collaborated with Sharpie, and it was a event basically like an art battle. So like artists from all over Chicago like competed for $2,500, and it was really
Wow.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we also host a social event every Friday at Bar 22.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, on Michigan. So it's like, we got like a bunch of things going
Yeah.
on. We just doing things creatively pretty much. We want to bring the young creatives and the young entrepreneurs and things of that nature of Chicago together in one space, whether we're networking, having fun, partying, whatever it is. So yeah, that's our job.
No, I like that. I like that because I think finding that community is also something that is
Mhm.
I'm gonna say necessary. Finding that community to support you, but also just to work with and just kind of maybe bounce ideas off of.
Mhm.
But then okay, so then I guess the next question kind of what's your typical day like doing kind of media director, being the media director with Creative Sessions? Like go to an event maybe, kind of what's the walkthrough of what you're thinking, what you're doing.
Mhm. Okay, so pretty much my role is new, so I haven't even had a chance to go to an event and
Yeah,
actually
yeah, yeah.
do what it is I
Okay.
have to do. We're in process of putting together our media relations
Oh,
team.
okay.
Yeah, so pretty much we look for videographers, photographers to come to the actual events and then do their thing. Record the event, edit the videos once it's all done, and post it on our social media. So
Okay.
basically, we can get more eyes. We
Out.
can get more eyes to on our pages and things of that
Yeah.
nature. What else? But yeah, so I haven't gotten a chance to dive too deep
No.
into my job there, creative sessions, but I could tell you about what I do as interviewing for my actual podcast. Um, Pretty much, I kind of get a sense of whoever it is that I want to interview, and I do like extensive research on them, spy on them, things of that nature.
Uh,
Go on their Instagram pages and stuff, and do all my research on them. Reach out to them and tell them to come up
yeah.
to to the studio where I record all of the episodes. That my team is really dope. Shout out to Drew, Jay Treb, and to Pre. He's the editor of the show. Jay Treb and Drew, they're a part of my audio and film. So we basically just shoot our episodes. They be about like an hour long, and my editor he edits them up, and then we post them.
No.
So yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any like dream people or dream guests you would want on the podcast, or anyone maybe you're trying to reach out to soon to get up on there to interview?
Dream people. I don't necessarily have any dream people. I don't have any dream people. Um, but I do have a list of people out here in Chicago creatives and rappers, things of that nature. I don't know if you know who Fly Skins Pirate is. He's a rapper.
Maybe.
Yeah, yeah. He's a rapper.
Yeah.
It's it's another rapper. His name is Sincere. He does a lot of philanthropic work, and he's also a rapper. I want to interview him. Flex Sinatra. He's a rapper from Chicago, but he recently got signed to Def Jam, so I'm gonna be having an interview with him soon too.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's a bunch of people. I don't really have like a dream collab. I just know whoever wants to come on the show, they can, and whoever it is that I do want to interview next, I know that I'll be able to get that interview. Um, I do have like a dream job though.
Okay.
Um, I like to host like a music series for MTV.
Ooh.
I also want to end up at Lyrical Lemonade as a media correspondent. I would like to do media correspondence for Lollapalooza next year. Like it's these like little things that I want to
Yeah.
do. Yeah, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just hmm
Those sound super cool. I've not been to Lala, but I want to go eventually one day. One day.
and I said to myself, I was like, if I was to ever go to Lyrical Lemonade or Lala,
Oh
I'll
yeah.
be working. I don't want to stand in the crowd, get crushed by all them people in the mosh pit. I want to actually work. So
Talk
yeah.
to people, get some connection. You
Mhm.
know, learn something from it. Enjoy it too. Like
Mhm.
learn. There's always something to learn. Um,
Mhm.
no, no, no. That's really cool. Okay. And then so kind of going to your podcast or your talk show. I'm gonna call it a talk show. I'm gonna call it a talk show.
Thank you. Period.
I got you. I got you. Kind of how did you come up with the idea of starting that, and maybe what was the process to actually kind of get it off its feet?
Let's see. So the process. Well, the inspiration behind it was I'm in school right now for journalism and radio. I go to
Oh,
Columbia.
oh,
Um, and that basically came about because since I was a girl, I've always wanted to be on TV. I've wanted to do broadcasts like since forever. Before I even became a rapper, I was in school
okay.
for that. And because I wanted to like work for BET, MTV News, things of that nature. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to school because I had dropped that dream a long time ago. But it's never too late to go do what it is that you want to do. So I picked the dream back
No.
up,
Oh,
and I'm like, okay, well, I don't got no experience. I can't go get no job in
no.
production in broadcast. So I decided to create my job, and that's when I made the show. I was on the phone with one of my good friends. His name is Go Hayes. He's a musician, producer out here in Chicago.
Yeah.
And I was telling him like I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. I don't even know who I can get to film this.
Yeah.
And he gave me Tapri's information. Tapri is the editor of the show.
Yeah.
And I got on a phone call with him. He was super cool. And he was like, "Yeah, my brothers, they shoot stuff. They crazy. They crazy with the camera." And I was like, "Okay." And I met them
Okay. So
too.
you,
And
yeah. Okay.
I was just
I,
winging it. And I really feel
yeah.
like I feel like God was just listening to me.
No.
Like I feel like in life, when you tell the universe what it is that you want, you speak it aloud, the universe will throw the opportunities at you, and it's up to you on whether or not you're gonna follow the cues.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, "This is what I want to do," and then God just
Yeah.
started like throwing me the stuff, like yeah, throwing me the ideas for the people to interview, threw me a team.
No.
So now when I go outside and I do interviews, like I bring Trev and Drew with me, and they're just like, "Yeah, we here," like you know what I'm saying, and they rock with me the hard way. I love my team.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just followed the cues. That's what I wanted to do, and that's how it happened. It's literally that easy though, for real. Like people be think stuff so hard, like I don't know how to do this. I don't have the resources for that. You have to just do it. It's not gonna come to you. You have to speak it. The universe will give you what you want. You just gotta go ahead and do it.
No. And I think that's such a like real thing to need to remember when you're trying to get into this industry or just kind of any creative period is like really taking that initiative and kind of going yourself and just letting it drive you. I guess it's kind of yeah, like I like that of making, the universe can give you the tools, but you got to actually use them to get where you want to be.
Exactly. You have to do the work. Like yeah, Kennedy said it. You have to do the work. The opportunities are not going to come to you. Some people are blessed enough to just have opportunities fall into their lap because of who they know or something like that. But I'm not one of those people. I have to create my opportunities, and um, it was a bittersweet realization. I was like, okay, well, nobody's gonna pick me up to do this job because I don't have Instagram reels, I don't have the content, I don't know the right
Right.
people at these networks, so I have to make my opportunity. And then once I continue to do that and I put the legwork in, then I'll get those big situations like Lollapalooza and things of that nature. Then I'll get that. So yeah, you just gotta put that work in for real.
No, yeah, the self drive and the self like the discipline to keep going at it, I think yeah, that's a big part. I mean, of any job, but I think it's yeah, again, especially like the creative field. Um, and then going back to this talk show, is there a specific message or like thing you want people to take away from listening, maybe to individual episodes or just kind of in general? Is there something
Um,
with it?
In general, this is funny because my team and I were actually talking about this because my editor was like, "We need a theme for the show," and I was like, "Bro, we out here. Like, what do you mean we need? What do you mean we need a theme? Like, look, like we're interviewing people, we're having fun."
Oh, right.
Uh, but generally though, I would just like to spotlight certain events and artists, philanthropists,
Yeah.
business people out here in Chicago that don't get the notoriety that they necessarily deserve, or the notoriety they just haven't come into yet. And I want to be one of those people to actually, sit down with them, talk with them, pick their brains, and get some information. And whatever information I get for myself, I'll share it with everybody else through video. um so there's a couple of events that I covered, like Galaxy Francis. He's an artist out here in Chicago.
Yeah.
Galaxy Francis, everybody loves Galaxy Francis. He's pretty popular amongst his circle, but I feel like a lot more other people should know who he is. He's immensely talented. So I went to his show, covered that, did interviews there. Go Hayes had an event as well at Navy Pier. He's probably one of the first black artists to headline a show at Navy
Yeah.
Pier. And I felt like that was really important for the culture. That was really important for people to
Yes.
see. So I went there and I covered that. Next week it's a Peace Palooza, July 19th.
Yeah.
Vic Mensa, OG Stevo, Fly Skins, a number of other people will be headlining the show. And it's basically like a thing for the kids. Like it's gonna be basketball rims and
Oh, and
play pens and things of that nature. But
yeah,
that'll be a really dope event for people to just
I was
see.
about to say,
You know.
yeah, get to know about. Yeah.
So I want to just go outside in Chicago, cover everything that I deem to be cool, and I just want the whole world to see. But that's basically what the gist of Who's Who
Yeah.
is.
No, I think that's really nice, especially like trying to spotlight different things that aren't getting maybe the flowers they deserve yet, or just shown
Hmm.
about, or just spread to more people. I think that's really cool. And the Navy Pier thing is also incredibly cool. Um,
Yeah,
I don't think a lot of people like. I didn't know that. I think, yeah, you're right. That is like really important for people just to hear about and to know what's going on and stuff like that. So that's really, I think that's a really cool kind of idea behind the show.
yeah,
Um, it's really fun to hear about, and that's really nice. No,
yeah.
um, okay, and then so you have you have a whole lot just like really strong brain, and so I guess do you have maybe any advice to other artists? Because like you have the talk show, you have the little intro to the talk show, the music and the logo. You have your branding on your website. Like you have you've done an amazing job with the branding. Do you
Thank you.
have inspiration or maybe I guess advice for other artists trying to find their branding or kind of figure out where they want to take their brand?
I know this is gonna sound very like bleh, but the best advice I can give anybody who wants to be a brand
Yeah,
or create a brand or whatever, you are the brand. You're the brand, sweetie. Like you're the brand. You're the face. You're
yeah,
the personality. You're what people like. And I realized that about myself. I'm like, I can't be anybody but myself.
yeah.
Um, People like me as a person. So, um, the best advice I can give somebody is to be themselves. Whoever like you. Whoever don't.
That
But you're the brand. Like you're the face. You're the money. So be yourself as best as you know how. Don't fake the funk. Um, and put yourself in alignment with the people who respect you, honor you, and they will help you get to
right.
wherever it is that you want to be. Excuse me. They'll help you get to whatever it is that you want to be. Um, as long as you're yourself, you're positive, you're not hurting nobody, you're staying creative, you're staying focused on your path, you will be exactly where it is that you need to be.
No,
So yeah, don't chase nothing. Don't chase nothing. Don't chase nothing. Don't beg to be in no rooms. Don't beg to be a part of nothing. Be you.
no.
Because yeah, you the brand. You. And if you're looking to create a brand outside of yourself, then do whatever it is that you enjoy and makes you happy, and create um whatever it is around that. But yeah, just stay true to you. Stick to you. Stick to whatever it is that you want to do.
No,
Period.
yeah, I like that. No, no, no. Yeah, period on that. No, because I like
Mhm.
that. Yeah, like you gotta have it's almost an authenticity or just like the respect for yourself. Because I think yeah, there's a lot of hierarchy. Maybe is the way to put it. Of just trying to find the right people, trying to meet the right people to be in your community, trying to meet the right people to get you to where you need to be or get you to the level. But I like that kind of having that self respect of knowing your worth and knowing like
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Cause I have conversations with people all the time where they're just like, namely like people who always say, "Oh, forget the Chicago music scene. Forget the Chicago music scene. Nobody's supporting people from Chicago and their music. Don't nobody care about us. It's a very dog eat dog thing. Crabs in the barrel. Whatever, whatever." Okay, all of that could be true, but that shouldn't stop you from doing what it is that you want to do as an artist, because your audience isn't just Chicago. Your audience is the
Yeah.
world. Your audience is um whoever it is
Right.
in Timbuktu somewhere. Like, it's not, just here. People are just so busy chasing instant gratification, or trying to be
Right.
popular. For
Nah.
what? Like, people see people who are deemed popular or have some type of respectability in the music scene, or just in their little sector in
Right.
general. It's because they just did the work. There's Just do the
Yep.
work. People respect you when you do the work, and there's no way around that.
No, I think yeah that it's again kind of you gotta take initiative and do it for yourself. It's not
Mm-hmm.
to you. Um, I think kind of it's a good thing to remember. On have that ethic, that work ethic. Now, see, people agree. Now, people like, yeah, yeah, like,
Yeah, for sure. I'm telling you, and everybody in here is a creative. I see Kendall, Love
yeah,
More, Vicky Street, like they're all amazing songwriters, creatives. So they know, like, you just gotta put that work in. Um, you'll get on those doors, and people will recognize your talents. Um, if you just continue to do it, people don't respect inconsistency. People don't respect um when you're trying too hard to be a part of the spaces. Like, they just don't respect that.
no,
Do whatever it is that you want to do, and hold on to your self-respect, and keep going.
no, yeah, yeah. Like, I'm gonna just repeat what the people in the comments facts. I don't get that's and I feel like yeah, that's you are correct. No, that's yeah, good word of thumb.
Thank you.
And then okay, so I kind of wanted to go. Let's see. I'm reading through the
Oh, your
specific.
notes. Oh, you
Because
good.
like as you said, when you're trying to find the people to interview, that's why I was like, you've got so much material and so much like your branding is just really strong. Like you have the website is very well organized, and the podcast or sorry talk show. I'm gonna get it.
Thank
I'm gonna get because I have.
you.
I'm gonna try and use this as the opportunity to push that is talk show.
There
The
we
talk
go.
show, the you know, well set up. It's very well produced.
Appreciate that.
Like I kind of just wanted to. I was going through that to try and see specific stuff that people might want to people might want to know. I guess so. When you first started, you were very young, which also crazy starting at 14. Like that's just really cool. But kind of, do you have any advice that you'd give to your past self from where you are now?
Um, Advice that I give to my past self was to keep going. Um, and don't let self doubt get to you, because that can derail you. I don't know where I could have been right now. So everybody don't know in the room, but I don't care. I'm telling y'all what it is. I'm 29. I'll be 30 next year. And there is no telling where I could have been as a rapper or like a journalist or anything like that if I didn't if if I didn't basically tell myself that I couldn't do it. And I really wish I would have just stuck to what it was that I wanted to do, instead of getting sucked into the matrix of the world, having to go get a job and wanting to be grown up so fast. And all I had to do was just stick to what it was that I wanted to do, which was be creative. So now I'm in the process of living my childhood dream. Like I said, it's nothing wrong with starting a little late,
Right.
but if you have the opportunity to start early and you have those tools and resources, then by all means do what it is that you want to do. Um, don't stop. Whatever it is that you're doing right now, if you love it, if it's in your heart, don't stop. Period. That's all I can tell my younger self. I really wish I could go back in time,
Yeah.
but I can't. So now I gotta make do with what's going on right now.
Right. No, no, no. I love that. I love your framing as like you're living your childhood dream. That's so sweet. Like I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Like a heartwarming. Like oh, that's really
Uh
nice. Um,
huh. Yeah, for sure. Like if I could say something to my younger self right now, I'd be like, "Girl, you took a minute, but you held like."
like, yeah.
hmm
Oh no, that's super sweet. Okay, and then so I guess you kind of touched on it earlier of kind of like lyrical lemonade, maybe doing correspondence for Lala, things like that. Is there anywhere further that you kind of want to take your music career? Because you said you're still going to release something later, hopefully this year. But kind of like, I guess, where do you want your career to kind of keep going? Because you do so many different things. Of like, would you want to focus in on one specific thing, or just kind of do a little bit of everything? Like, where do you kind of want going?
I want to do a little bit of everything because that's literally what I'm doing right now.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I plan on dropping a freestyle video
Ooh.
in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I plan on dropping a freestyle video in 2 weeks. I want to write a book. I want to keep going
Yeah.
with my talk show. I want to eventually have a talk show. I want somebody to put some money behind me so I can have a talk show. There's a slew of things that I want to do, and I've gotten comfortable with not boxing myself in because for the longest time I was like, oh, I just want to rap, and then I put that down. I was like, I don't want to rap no more. I want to be a journalist, and I kept boxing myself in, and then I realized I could do all of this stuff. There's no limit to nothing. So yeah, I want to do all these things. Wherever God put my feet, that's where
You want to do it now? Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
standing on.
I was about to get,
Yeah.
I was looking out. The freestyle is that gonna drop on the YouTube? Where can we look for the freestyle?
Probably on
Okay,
Instagram. On
okay,
Instagram.
okay.
Yeah.
Know where we can look for it. Okay, no, 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 cool.
hmm
Um, okay, so then I guess also kind of similar vein to the last two questions. Do you have just advice for artists? You've also kind of touched on this a little bit, but just maybe not. I guess just artists in general, whether they're looking to be like the actual artist starting a brand, whether they're looking to do just kind of anything in this kind of industry. Do you just have any advice for anyone kind of getting off their feet, trying to maybe just not even maybe they're not even off their feet, they're just looking to start, something like that.
Artists looking to start. Start for one. Uh,
That's
two.
the one.
Try. Yeah, start for one. Two. Try your hardest to lock in with the engineer. A good one at that. I know a lot of people. If you want to mix your own stuff, fine. Go ahead. So a lot of people are self-taught. They have their in-home studios. They setting stuff up and things of that nature. Don't have those skills. Are you
We
okay? We good?
hear you for a second. It's back now. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Let me see. So, yeah, if you got a setup, that's cool. But I recommend that you lock in with an engineer who's good and is and will provide you like
Yeah.
quality at the end of the day. Like it's a lot of code rappers that have limited resources and their quality is terrible on their music. All because they paying somebody $25 an hour in the studio, and everything that's cheap not good. I understand people be like, "Oh, I'll record you for free, or I'll do it for the 25. I'll do it for a little $100." No, pay for your quality, please. That's so important. A lot of people comment on how professional my stuff look.
Yeah.
Um, all that stuff ain't cheap though. Like when I was recording my EP,
Yeah.
$65 an album. That's just what it was. It was times where I went broke doing that. It was times where I had to hustle it up,
Yeah.
but I just did it because I was like, I need quality. Same thing for my website. That ain't cheap. My show not cheap, none of that. But I want it so bad to the point where I'm gonna hustle up that money to do what it is that I want to do. So that's what it is. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Don't be cheap with your dream. When people see cheap, they they're not fans of it. If you can get somebody to help you on some free stuff, cool. And it's quality, cool.
Right.
But if not, invest in
Yeah.
yourself. Um, Invest in yourself, invest in yourself, invest in yourself. Like, I don't know how many times I can say
Uh,
that. Invest in yourself. Get somebody to invest in you.
yeah.
Like, it's important. Um, and go from there. Go from there. Do what it is that you want to do. Um, create your content. Be consistent. Be consistent. I can't stress that enough either. Be consistent.
Yeah.
Um, even on days where you don't know what to do. It's cool to take a little break for a day or two, but be
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah.
Um, what else? And that's pretty much all I can say. Believe in whatever it is that you're doing. Forget everybody who don't. Don't be so hell bent on people supporting you. Keep moving forward. Support feels good all the time,
Right.
but don't stop what it is that you're doing just because you feel like you're not getting the push. You
Right.
have to push. So yeah, invest in yourself. 100%. Be your own push. Be your own cheerleader, and move forward.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that's all big advice. Yeah, that drive, investing part, I think, is also because again, you can tell the quality of put out is like
Mm-hmm.
quality over quantity is definitely something that I think makes people stand out, um, and just a good thing to because I feel like that one also doesn't get maybe shown as much is like the having that quality and putting in the work to get to be able to have that quality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that just I think gets overlooked a little bit.
100%.
Yeah,
A lot of the times it is,
right.
and it's like why you want to put out a crap song? Why do you want to put out a crap video? Like why would you do that to yourself? Like going back to the branding,
Right.
you're a brand. So when everybody sees your videos or hear your music, now your brand is you got shitty recording, you got shitty videos. You don't want that. So invest in yourself. Lock in with an engineer,
Yeah.
lock in with the producer, and build relationships with people that
Yeah.
can record and can definitely make beats. Build relationships with those people. Build relationships with your counterparts, your fellow rappers, your fellow singers, your fellow event coordinators. Build those
Right.
relationships. um, Also, I'm not saying to be nosy, but um, tap into what other people got going on. People
Okay.
appreciate when you know what's going on with them.
Yeah.
When you go out to social events and you meet people that you follow online, things of that nature, like, oh, damn, I just seen your video, da, da, da.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like on the networking aspect, like tap in with people and follow up with what they got going on. They'll be more susceptible to
Yeah.
help you when you're in support of them. Um, so yeah, those are the advices I can give people. Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
it.
follow up on a comment. Someone asked how to or if you had any recommendations for sound engineers, maybe that are local. I was gonna say maybe just do you have maybe advice for how people can find connections and find engineers or find those people to network with?
Um, okay, so I'll give a trick on what I was doing when I was a
Okay.
rapper.
Okay.
I would follow my favorite local rappers or just local rappers in
Right.
general, and I go to their page, and they'll 9 times out of 10 tag their studio or tag whoever their engineer is, and then I'll go on their page and I'll be like, okay, how
Okay.
much you charge?
Uh, oh,
That's another thing when you're an artist. Like,
yeah.
go on people's page and see who it is that they working with.
Yeah.
It ain't like you stealing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go on there, look at who did somebody else's cover art. 9 times out of 10, all of the connections I found
Are
was
on.
through somebody else's page. So you know what I'm saying? Do that. Kennedy, I actually know you, so I'll DM you some engineers. But yeah, go on people's pages, listen to their music, see if you like their quality, and if you do, go work with their people.
Right. Yeah. No. 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 No.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. That's a good. I feel like that's a good insight one because I feel like a lot of times it feels very overwhelming. I think to try and start thinking about, oh my god, how I meet all these people. There's so many people, but I think that's an easy one that anyone can do. Everyone, social media is there, very prevalent now. I mean, that's a good one too. I think
Yeah,
again, or no maybe tactic to try and kind of find people to work with.
yeah,
Um,
man. Search up these hashtags: Chicago engineer, Chicago rap engineer, something. Look up the
you know,
hashtags. Y'all gotta do the work, y'all. For real.
That no, again, that's all just very. I feel like that's a very sound way. If you do the work and you do your research, you get some output.
Mhm.
I feel like I won't say it's as simple as that because I feel like there's some nuance to it, but I feel like silver lining is as simple as that. I
Simple as
mean, you put in
that.
right,
Yeah. Now the nuance would be the monkey wrenches that get thrown in your
right.
way during the process. But
Oh, I mean, that's always gonna happen.
that's always gonna happen. But if you know the end goal, continue to look forward with
Yeah.
that. Or tunnel vision. Tunnel vision. So yeah.
No, I like that, and I like the not kind of trapping yourself into one box or kind of boxing yourself into one thing, and just kind of letting yourself explore all the creativity that you might have to offer. I think that's also kind of rule of thumb, just to keep in mind because I feel like a lot of times also it's easy to be like, well, I'll do this, I'll be this one, but
Exactly.
right,
Exactly. Whatever you're doing right now, it just might not be for you.
mm-hmm.
So why trap yourself in that
Yeah,
when you have all these other talents? It might not be for you.
right.
So just keep going with
No,
whatever it is you want to do.
no, I think that that's a lot of good advice, a lot of good tips of just for people that are starting out, or maybe that are already, they have done some stuff, but maybe they're not getting as much attention as they want. They're not getting to where they want. I think that's just kind of good rule of thumb for anyone, any stage of their kind of career, what their path that they're taking, their journey. But yeah, okay. So I just wanted to say thank you for coming on because it's been a pleasure to talk to you. It's been really nice to kind of rack your brain, especially some so much and just kind of in all different facets of the industry. So I just wanted to say thank you. And if you have anything you wanted to plug, again, you can remind people that there's music coming out soon, and then to look out for the freestyle. And there's also any other social medias you want to plug because your Instagram is tagged in
Yeah.
comment.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's anything else, kind of shout out while we're on here.
Shout out my YouTube channel. It's the Bunny Liiu. And you can pin that as well. That's where you can find all of the episodes of Who's Who with Lou. It's also in my bio, so if you go to my page and go to the link in my bio, you'll see all the episodes. You can just follow me on Instagram. I have to update my website. But yeah, just stay tuned with that. Subscribe on my YouTube channel and just tune in with me. Period. Just tune in with me.
Mhm.
And there's a bunch of other things that of course I'm gonna start doing, advice segments, things of that nature.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
That I'll be doing on Instagram. Yeah, because I be giving unsolicited advice. So why not just get on Instagram and do it, okay? Don't nobody want to listen to me, but somebody go listen to me. So I'll be, doing advice segments, columns, and things of that nature
Okay.
on
Yeah.
Instagram. Um, but yeah, that's about it. I did want to make a comment though. You are a great
Oh,
interviewer.
thank you.
Yeah, and this is coming from a fellow interviewer herself.
Thank
I appreciate the questions. They were
you.
well thought out. You
Thank
did your research. Love it here. So I want to give you your flowers
you. Thank
and definitely continue to do what you do as well.
No, thank you for that. No,
Mhm.
it's a pleasure to talk to you again. Everyone, pinned comment, so you can go check out all of your stuff because I mean, why not? Just please go do it.
Yeah.
But no, and also thank you all for all tuning in to this week's edition of Ambition Amplified. We'll be back on Sunday with another interview. We also eventually will be. You should definitely follow our page, which if you're not, you can just click up there. It's the one that's hosting the live. You can find actually both of us up there too. We're gonna be releasing a playlist soon for some upcoming artists. There's also maybe a forum for any artists that want to try and put their stuff out there. So just again, you follow us, you get all the updates. Same thing if you follow Bunny, you get all her updates. And so yeah, that's about it. But thank you all for joining tonight. Thank you again to our guests.
Thank you. Oh, and shout out to my Wisha. Hey, girl. Ambitious Smile. Yeah, shout out to her. She's doing amazing things, putting together a showcase here in Chicago, managing, doing a whole bunch of things. So shout out to you, Mo, for sure.
No, thank you everyone. And good night.
Good
Bye.
night, y'all. Thank y'all.